Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Wake up. Snap out of it.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Play.
Here's Blount. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Oh, I thought that was a one-armed man.
Griffin with a pick. Maybe he telegraphed
I thought that
it a
was
little
a
bit
one-armed
right there.
man.
You got
That's
a
his
quarterback
brother.
knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And right away, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
That was a win.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Third and long for Mayfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The former first-rounder, Barkevious Mingo. And it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, I saw you was about to throw that.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now a hit.
Come on, man, this is dumb.
This is scooped up on.
Hold on. Yeah. Oh.
Lions.
Now let's go!
Now blown. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss rolling in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
Now a carry for Blunt. Down to the 25. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gun! Destroy! Over!
On third down, Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The best
Mingo.
name in the NFL, Barkevius
I don't know why he in there, because the
And
one-armed
that'll
man
bring
should
up
be in there.
fourth down. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved they'll they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Who's that?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Did not drop it.
And they'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
What? 14. Check.
Shit.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go, and he fires one that's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
He'll run it here with Blunt. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run again with Blunt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Leopard!
Why is he in there?
All right, now, look at 56.
Mayfield on first down.
Oh.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Stills the intended target. Well, this is something you may have to deal with when you give the keys to the offense to a rookie quarterback. Now 2 first-half interception.
And you do expect it. But I think this deep into the season, you're expecting that to improve and not see it quite so often, or definitely not in this case. So when he goes to the sidelines and the head coach puts his arm around him, he might not be talking to him in nice tones.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
No, but he put that head up at the last minute. I'm like, what's he doing? It was a good catch.
Yards
hard
on
to
3rd
run.
down. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Broncos, they've taken an early lead against the Chiefs. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
Come on, tempo.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Now Wilson, the quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling.
That ain't holding.
What is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence
that
in
was
himself.
holding.
That was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Leopard!
Oh, nope, I see that.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Roberts with it.
Why you ducking? Come on.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Why should that Chandler hit him?
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now they try the right side here. They find some open field here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 1st downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, look at 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set.
They go play action here on first down. Able to shift, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
I think he's all the time.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Steps forward and flag down. He goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown.
Yeah,
front.
you know what I'm saying? You know when the internet ain't right because they start missing them.
Right? They want to see how the game's played
way.
that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
How did you drop that and you wasn't even touched?
Innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Able to get away, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep. He's got a man. Complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Forced out to his left. Left side, this is Stills. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
We was trying to.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And again, it's Mayfield. And it's caught right at the 10-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Leopard!
They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And he just chucked that one out of bounds.
Hey, look, but you was wide open. The dude just ran past. I was like, yo, what are you doing?
In this part of the field, it brings up 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal.
Nope.
Being chased out left.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did.
Lions. Baker Mayfield, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson.
Oh, shit. Come on, man.
Robert Quinn in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it.
This
offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush.
You had
it's been demonstrated
both
time and
of them
time
was like,
again.
yo, fuck it, let him through. That's what happened.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now here's Michael Dixon on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll look to set up his blockers. And now running right through it.
He ain't going nowhere. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't get too high.
Possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So here come the Lions now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Keeps himself up, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Oh, he ain't getting it all the way down there.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Final play of the half, Mayfield stepping up. He's going to keep it. And they can't bring him down. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Able to spin free and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Travis Carey there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Ain't busting up great.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Let's get it.
The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him.
I gotta go piss. Bathroom break. Bathroom break. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out, man. Let the old man go piss. Oh shit. All right, play. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah.
Get hit anymore.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Zebra, zebra. Zebra, zebra.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right.
Where are you throwing?
Intercepted. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nope.
Inside the 30.
How are you hurt, dude? He's gay. No. That's his brother. That's his brother. I guess I would rather be. I don't even know, my nigga. They both see. No, look, me and my girl was laughing. Their both name is
territory now.
S.
It's
Griffin.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Shaquille and Shaquille.
First down, Mayfield.
Some ignorant nigga shit.
He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Why you would name your kids the same? I'm talking about both their names start out with SHAQ, and then they switch up, like with the Keem is UEM and Quill something else. I was just like
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
That's a dad name was Shaq. I don't understand it.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. The tackle made by KJ Wright.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a
that was
1st and goal.
One-armed man.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Leopard!
To throw, Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but
Everybody
now
getting
starting
hurt,
to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever.
This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
My defense is like effort. Like, matter of fact, my team came out with a tone that was just unacceptable.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Everyone's got 4 down. 380.
All right,
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Check, 43.
They go play action with Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Robert Quinn in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Shotgun. 43. Mike's 43. Tempo. Here we go. 19. Here we go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. So that right there was his 2nd pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying, that getting 2 in a game, that's like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already done that, right? Been there, done that. You know he wants a 3rd again.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down.
I thought they was going to call that because that's that bullshit animation.
A lot of contact
towards
there,
the
but there
end
was
when
no
he was
way
just
it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it.
Yeah,
and as an ex-defensive back, you
bullshit.
love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And they'll run it here. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking deep downfield.
There you go, Baker.
So they took a
Play
shot
like that
there
rookie
on
that we know
3rd
you
down,
are.
couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
19.
Oh, you're probably right.
380. Gun.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Robert Quinn. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Dale.
43's the mic. 43's
One
the
of
mic.
your DB's is suspect. Better check him out.
On second down, here's
Better
Wilson.
check him out.
And that one got tipped.
No, he
Threw
had help.
everything off.
He had help.
Brings up third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Right left.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Takes it to Dixon.
I know you was going.
And he's going to get this
You
down
went
to the
right.
35-yard
They went
line.
left.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Come on, let's go.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, Wilson out to his left. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
Need a touchdown right here. Y'all gotta stop. Russell, make it happen.
Hey, tempo.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Now it's Wilson. Flush. And he's
You're
got
right. You're right.
caught in the end
You're
zone
right.
for
There
the
it go.
Seahawks
There it
touchdown.
go.
Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Janikowski good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Out to kick is Janikowski.
My boy, Jake, wait a minute.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Oh, how many pointers do I got?
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker.
Nope.
But just to be on the
Nope.
safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys,
Nope.
can we get a little bit closer
Yeah, get
this
a little
time?
closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Break his heart. Break his
Throwing
heart.
again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he
That's
couldn't
it.
hang on to
Who
it
is that?
through the
Is that
contact.
Taylor?
Incomplete.
Oh, my Lord.
I would dare say that these
give him that
guys would
work.
like to have given their defense a little bit more
Oh,
rest
Cam?
since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Now it's Lockett. 21
Nah,
yards.
nigga, you ain't
Well
getting
done
no
on the
East Coast
return.
sleazy
And
hit
it'll
and
be
a fumble on
Seahawk
me right
football,
now.
1st and 10. Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
I see you, dude. You keep doing this.
They go play action here on first down.
Oh, my God. He was wide open.
Down. Devon Kennard in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
All right,
got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Let's go, 14.
He's trying to bait me. Trying to bait me. I ain't falling for it, dude.
Now Wilson on second down. And he's going to go down again. Nick Ballore in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like
that,
I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Keep playing around with it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Never lost him with a pick. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Dude ain't doing nothing.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
That's that dude.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Sometime in this
fat.
fourth quarter,
That
someone on defense
gave up the ball.
But
your fat dude, you saw him, he was scared. As soon as he got to the line, he just started falling because he knew what time it was. I don't want to do problems.
Again, here's Blood. So we got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
All right.
And Justin Coleman brings him down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Lucky 56.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Now Mayfield. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision
he got scared. The big dude just started diving out his leg.
Now it's 4th.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision to go out of bounds.
Somebody's calling you. Answer the phone.
Moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be fielded at the 8. And out now come the Seahawks.
You saw he just
and
slid
following
down.
the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it. But
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. The interception rolls, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one.
Take a little piss. Yeah, hit timeout on that shit. Good looking. I mean, the game over, man, because my dude just threw. The dude was looking wide open. Then all of a sudden, he just lobbed it, and your dude just ran over there. Look, that's that bullshit. Good game. You know what I'm saying? Good game. Good game. I got a fucking struggle. Get back on top of my division. Now Go ahead and start that bullshit, man. I'm back in the room. Go ahead and start that shit. Come on, player, man. I had to piss and I got my beer. You heard the toilet flush. Oh. Nah, man. Man, you playing. Look, I ain't gonna front.
Maybe
I do
somebody
quit.
ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Hey, matter of fact,
Mayfield on
a lot of
first
people
down.
got killed down in Jacksonville.
Throwing deep for Galladay. So they took a shot on first down,
Did you see
but
that?
couldn't connect. Despite the lead here
Yeah,
in the
that's why-
fourth,
I
they're
mean,
still
folks
taking
don't,
shots.
you know,
Not content to sit on this lead at all.
like
To
my
me, it
humor,
raises
Bob's
the
like,
question
see,
of
haven't
what's
you niggas
right
be
in this
laughing and
game
talking shit and running
nowadays.
the score up,
Do you sit
calling
on the ball
timeout,
and run
you
it
already
because
up
you have enough
30,
of a
you
lead?
calling
Or
timeout.
do you try and extend
5
it
minutes
because
left,
you always
trying to
feel
run it
like
up.
the other team can come back?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby
Nigga,
Wagner.
I'm trying to break him. I mean, I may not win this
And
game,
they're
but
recording
shit, I'm trying to
another
destroy your
sack,
season.
their sixth of the afternoon.
Ooh.
The Lions on third down. They're hitting at just
take him
30%,
out.
3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19.
All right.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Lions on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19.
Gun! I hit.
3rd and long for Mayfield.
Oh!
Here he
Oh!
lost the football.
What are you doing?
On plays like
You got
this
me
where the ball
stuttering.
comes
My
free,
dude,
it's
you
often
just stood there. All right,
unusual
ball out.
for the team that
My dude
lost
just
it
stopped.
to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Returnable for Lockett. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time, 1 play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On first down, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
No. That dude you bring in a box.
On third down, Wilson. He gets it to Brown.
Thank you for what?
And he gets
well, you know what? In that
inside
case, I don't know
the
what you think for, but you're
35-yard
welcome.
line.
You're welcome.
18 yards the gain for number 18. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And now it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Shotgun.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And now here's another
Nigga called the PI. I'm sitting there jumping. My dude was.
And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. What a nightmarish game. He's having now 6 interceptions
you wouldn't let me.
that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable,
I
isn't
couldn't.
it?
You wouldn't let me jump.
Watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Nope.
Yeah, the
Oh my God!
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Lions add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time?
Hold on,
Maybe
hold on.
you're seeking some revenge or they just don't like him. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff position? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's Prater now set to kick it away.
Vito.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now Wilson to throw on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Let's go work. Let's go to work.
Nah.
Heavy. Watch the backfield. Come on, tempo.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
There is no
And all
phrase
that
going for
does
the gusto. It's
is
over.
embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very
All right,
there.
you know,
they'll get a couple up to the 44.
You know what? Time out. I gotta rewind that. Now, give me a second, sir. Just give me a. No. That ain't it. I need to personally see. And they ain't gonna let me start again. I had to personally see that bullshit the dude was running, and he just stopped and he just fell. I don't get it.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
Of course.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And my goodness, another interception. Nevin Lawson with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
He better figure whatever the reason is. He better figure it out. Meanwhile,
see, this is kind of shit that'll make a nigga quit on you, and you get upset. Or you get shot up.
Battle. Who's going to win on
Being
first down?
disrespectful.
The offense
You
or
know
the
what I mean?
defense?
You need to
Let's
just
face
go
it, if you
ahead.
get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for.
I'm trying to win, nigga.
Nice effort to knock
win.
down
That's my
the
job.
second down.
I'm trying to win.
Down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Your job is to win.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle
That's
with
why
that
the niggas got
offensive
set up
line.
at the
I know
Madden
exactly
tournament
what
with the
they're
same
saying.
attitude. I'm trying to
If you call a pass play
help you
here,
survive out here.
we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Nah, stop talking. My man, the game over.
His guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
There is no
Well, I
20-point
get what he was
play.
trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right
you
into
get
it
set
for
up
an
over, Matt. I'm
interception.
trying to help you out.
And now whistles
call it,
and
ref.
a flag,
Call it.
and I think we got a jump here.
Call
So
it.
he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though. Not once. I wish I had a few times. It would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
Throw left side complete. That's Baldwin. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Nigga, dick and dunk. That was your first down. You don't dick and dunk on first down.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it's caught.
You know what I'm saying? First
and
down,
he
first down.
will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ed Dixon, his first touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
Jump across again. Come on, jump, jump, jump.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and that will get him one closer.
No. Keep doing what you're doing, because let's see here,
Out to kick is Janikowski.
Too many turnovers. 8 turnovers.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out now come the Lions.
Leopard! Leopard!
This nigga took all that. Run shit. This nigga about to pass. Stop it.
They start on the ground here with Blunt.
Oh, fumble!
These guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Calm down.
There's the turnover you said that they needed at the beginning of the quarter. Now, does it come too late? That's the question.
Well, we're about to find out, but at least they gave themselves a chance.
Now, they've got the chance. Need a pretty quick score and then an onside kick.
Hey, tempo.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ed Dixon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Now a play fake here on
Fuck
first
that
down.
thing. Yeah, somebody beat you again.
And this is caught inside the 5.
And they give it a touchdown. Come on, man.
Lions touchdown. Kenny Stills with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of. The extra point.
I'm still good. I just need a quick score again.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead now
That's
stands
all I
at
need.
13.
I need a quick score in 6 seconds.
Here's
Is
Prater now
unacceptable.
set to kick it away.
Seattle, that's unacceptable.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ziggy Ansah in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time, when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football.
For what? Oh, come on, my dude, you didn't even fall.
But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
The Seahawks on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 14. He finds his man, Baldwin. Still fighting through tackles. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Hey, boys, got 4. Spread left. Tight. Fuka team. 12.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And
that was not a fumble.
This is scooped up by the Lions. And he's got daylight.
That ain't no
it's
fumble.
a foot race. The 30, 10, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touch.
Nigga, where's the instant replay? I mean, go ahead, cancel that. Get out of that shit, nigga. They need to give me my review, because that wasn't no fumble.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
Huh?
That'll lead.
I use a timeout. Hold on. Where's my Oh, I can't challenge the play?
With 2 remaining, we'll be back after this. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
No, I love what you
Good
just said there. You nailed it,
motherfucking
because
shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Shifting or
That was some
moving before the
bullshit
knee
that
or
just
any other
happened.
part
Give
of
my
the body
time
hits the
back.
ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
14. Tight. 280. 43 is the shotgun. Check. 43. Tempo, baby. Let's go to work. Come on. 18. Gun. Hey, check 20. 14. 24.
Wilson, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Tempo.
Let's see you.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes.
Oh, nigga, stop the animation. Hike the ball.
And he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That is passes
user pick, nigga. User pick. You was bullshitting.
And they are going a setup
Man,
shot at the
Seattle, you
40-yard
remember that
line.
bullshit? Whoop, whoop.
Two-score game here in the fourth, and that kick kind of keeps the door
Get that
ajar,
shit
doesn't
off,
it?
man.
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
All right, cut the game off. Cut the game
Travis
off.
Carey. Whoosh. And now running right through it. And he'll take it across midfield to the
All right, man. That was a
46-yard
good game.
line.
I ain't gonna front. Good game. Good game. Damn, Wilson had. Damn. Good game, pimp. Good game.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy, I'm waving at you boy, ran off on the two like true